We're checking in on the vibrancy of the business community in downtown Burlington after its well-documented challenges over the past several years. Issues like an uptick in visible homelessness, concerns over public safety, and people needing help with substance use disorders or mental health struggles. Many who always really loved visiting Burlington have said that since the pandemic, a trip downtown just doesn't seem to feel as pleasant as it once was. But we spoke with several prominent business leaders in the city who now say the tide is really turning in their favor, and the vibes, they say, are improving. One of the most tangible positive changes, they say, Main Street traffic flowing again after a multi-year project to modernize infrastructure and change the way the road is used with wider sidewalks and more space for events and trees. The finishing touches on Main Street are now wrapping up as we head into the critical summer season.
I feel optimistic. Admittedly, a year or so ago, I didn't feel so optimistic.
You weren't alone.
I know. But I feel pretty good now.
Jed Davis owns 3 restaurants in the heart of the city and says the reopening and beautification of Main Street should send a clear message that it is once again much easier to access the downtown core. Aside from the construction, what else do you think is helping it turn a corner?
It does feel like we have a great asset in the interim chief, Sean Burke. That feels very good. He's a great leader in the community. He's been involved in the downtown for years. He really understands the community. People know him. He's a recognizable face. I think his leadership has been great. And I do think the city has really taken concrete steps to, let's be honest, there's people that need extra help. And I do think that they're getting access to that help that they need in a more structured way now. And that feels good too. You know, I spend a lot of time down here walking around, and you do get a sense that people that are in need of that a little extra help in life, they are getting it now. So that feels great. You know, I think we've got to be honest. Burlington hit a tough spot. It really did. But I do think we're improving. I think the optimist in me hopes that communities surrounding Burlington are ready to come and explore the city again.
The Essexes, the Colchesters, the Willistons. Burlington needs those people to come down in order to succeed.
I'm down here a lot of hours during the week. I feel good in town. I feel safe in town. I'll be honest, I may not have a few years ago. But I do feel that Burlington is in a better spot now. I would just invite people to come check it out. Check out the shops. There's some great operators. We're walking by Frog Hollow here, Pascolo, Golden Hour, Phoenix Books, Echo. These are great operators putting out great products. They care about the community. Come check them out.
You know that old saying about your muscles? You gotta use it or lose it?
Yeah.
It's sort of the same way about the downtown. You have to support it if you want it to be here.
I agree. Yeah, you gotta support it. You know, the Flynn Theater still puts out amazing shows. There's a great comedy club in town. I've enjoyed that myself. People enjoy it. There's a lot to do downtown. Don't forget the waterfront. The waterfront's a beautiful place. It's a great resource for the community as well. We had a decent winter. I was pretty happy with our volume at the restaurants. It was a great ski year, so maybe Vermont was just attracting more people in general. People usually on a ski trip, they'll do a day trip to Burlington to break it up. So we do see a lot of people from out of town that time of year too. You know, we're in that period of time now. We're in the upswing, and I think the trend lines are good. I really do. I feel good about this summer. I mean, we've got hundreds of apartment units coming online. Some of them are filled now, the others are coming online. And there's a couple thousand more residents that we're gonna have in the downtown really in a matter of a year or two. So that's gonna be a great influx too.
They all need to eat.
They all gotta eat, and they all gotta shop, and they'll make the street more vibrant as well.
The pandemic really shook the world, you know, like it was unheard of. And so naturally things were gonna be different after that, and having people work from home, but I think Burlington really is on an upswing.
We continued our Church Street stroll with Bonnie Smith, the manager of Echo. The boutique has been a Church Street mainstay for more than 30 years.
You know, Burlington is it. It just is obviously different than what it used to be. And like a lot of tourists don't even notice what a lot of the locals are like chirping about. Like, they just think it's the most magical place to be, and it truly is. Obviously, we can't deny that the fact that it is different, and there are like things that are happening and suffering that's happening, but that's like the state of the world right now. People just choose to see what they want to see. They can see the like unhoused or people who are having like mental health issues or going down Church Street with their car and just like looking for the next place to be, and they can choose to see that, or they could choose to see the lovely couples walking around or like kids walking around, and like every Monday through Friday we see the cute little parade of like preschoolers hand in hand, and like, so I think that like it is about what people choose to want to see and like the narrative that they want to follow. And so, I think that it is exactly that, perception. It's like, do they want to see the store that's closed up here, or like the mall that's defunct, or do they want to see like Pop-Up Bagels is opening and Whim came back, and like all these other opportunities, of businesses just like reopening and getting their like feet wet in Burlington, which is a fantastic city to live in. Despite maybe, some of the issues that we've had, but other cities have those issues.
Obviously, we would love to see all the storefronts filled, so seeing an empty one is a bummer. But then you see something coming in and it's exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. I mean, isn't that life? Like, you go to New York City and there's like, it's New York City. Like, what a fantastic place to be. There's like Chanel and Louis Vuitton and like all these like, and then really cute boutiques, and sandwiched in between those things are vacancies. Like, the future of retail and the future of business is changing. Like, the tariffs, like the cost of living, like we kind of are still in a bit of a recession. There's this big shift, and people shop online. It's not an Amazon problem, it's a convenience problem. Like, people aren't leaving their house to go to work anymore. And like, that is kind of the problem that happened also in Burlington, is like, there's not like the downtown work businesses. Like, people aren't filling the upstairs of a lot of the businesses. Thankfully we have obviously tourism, and the AC Hotel is now like open, and the residents is there. I hope that continues to like really help make downtown thrive some more.
I'd say the vibe is good, and we've seen clear improvements over the course of the past year.
Peter Hiskis is on the leadership team at Outdoor Gear Exchange, a Church Street anchor.
What do you think it's going to take to move the needle on perception?
I've given this a lot of thought, honestly, and I think it's a tough one. Burlington and the businesses like us here in Burlington have a responsibility to make this a place that people want to come. And we've been working hard at that. I know the leaders in the city have been working really hard at that. Everyone here is working hard at that, making this a place that's an enjoyable destination and a vibrant local economy that supports both people coming to shop and the employees who work in the stores and restaurants. And we've really worked really hard in the last few years to maintain that, and now we need people to come down, and we are working to change that perception for sure, but also I think there's some responsibility for the people who want Burlington to be that vibrant local economy that they have always loved. It gets more vibrant and it gets better when they're here. So it's tough to change completely if people don't come down and are waiting for something to change or happen. That the change that needs to happen is people need to come down here, because when they're here and when people from all over the area are coming down, that makes it a better place, and they'll perceive that when they're here. This Mother's Day weekend, it was bustling downtown, and it's fun, just like it's always been. The more people, the more fun, the more vibrant it is.
It reminds me a little bit about elections. You can't complain about the results of an election if you don't vote.
Yeah, I think that's a great analogy. People coming down and shopping increases the economic activity downtown, which supports the city and its ability to, improve infrastructure, hire police officers, do all of that. Like, all has to happen at once and together, and people have to come down, which helps us make this a better place too. And so it's tied together, and I'm not trying to just put all the burden on the people around here who I want to come shop downtown, because we've got work to do too, of course, but we're doing it. And like I said, I think the city's doing it, the police department is doing it. We're all putting in the effort, and it gets better and better when more people are down here.
It seems like there's a lot of enthusiasm as we look towards summer from the business community.
I'm feeling that too. There's an energy in the city that we want to get back to where we were, maybe where we were pre-COVID, and it's going to take all of us, but I do feel we are at that inflection point.
At City Hall, Kara Al-Nasrawi is the director of Burlington's Community and Economic Development Office, CEDO.
There's multiple factors that it was a long, cold winter, so I think people are excited to come out for the summer. We're also wrapping up major construction projects that were generational projects and super important, but also acknowledging how disruptive they were for everyone. And so opening of Main Street, Champlain Parkway, we're having a celebration to open Main Street. That'll be on July 17th and 18th. And also I do feel like the administration has really made headway in some of the chronic street level issues that some of the merchants in town have been facing through different programs that the mayor has instituted, the situation table, city circle. We have a new chief, well, not so new anymore, he's been here about a year. We have a vast increase in downtown patrols, so the way he manages that, I think, has had a positive impact on the businesses as well. We're also seeing statewide a decrease in overdose deaths, which tells me we may be making some headway in some of the substance use issues that have been impacting the community.
Because the truth is that when Burlington succeeds, the whole state succeeds.
I absolutely, I'm a firm believer in that. We are an economic engine for the state. We are a tourism destination for the state. When we succeed, I believe the state succeeds as well.
And Outdoor Gear Exchange told us Canadian customers are still coming, even if not in the numbers they used to before Canada's dollar declined and before tensions over trade and talk of annexation erupted between President Trump and Canada's Prime Minister. Downtown businesses say they are continuing to message to Canadians that Vermonters remain their close friends and neighbors, and that Canadians should feel very welcome visiting Burlington.